Our name may have changed, but our commitment to advancing your business with unparalleled baking solutions and expertise never will.
Next, I want to work our way down the table and show you the finished examples of what the cuts look like, and then show you on the dough piece exactly how to make those cuts. Starting with this one, it's a very simple cut. It's just diagonal against the loaf, a slight overlap, change direction, another slight overlap, and another slight overlap to just kind of make hatches all the way down. And that opens up into this style of cut. This is a nice decorative cut. This involves 3 different directions, coming down the length of the loaf, making diagonal cuts, coming back and picking them up again in the opposite direction, and then coming back a 3rd time. And it's actually easier if you come from the bottom to catch that one rather than try to catch it from the top. It just is a lot simpler and it doesn't catch your knife as bad. And again, these cuts will finish looking exactly like this loaf. This particular cut is probably one of my favorite ones in the bakery because it's so easy to do. All you're going to do is start with your knife flat at the beginning of the loaf, and you're just going to snake your way all the way down the length, just creating kind of random patterns. And that opens up kind of in this snake shape on top of the loaf once it's finished baking. I'd also like to point out too is noticed on the ones that are topped like this, that since the bread was already previously topped before it was cut, how nicely this opens up and provides the contrast of the different toppings versus the color of the bread. Just has a really pleasing visual to it. This particular cut is fairly easy to do, and it kind of takes on the shape of a wheat head. So the first order is to just split it down the middle, just put a straight cut, and then I'll come down the sides diagonally on a regular spacing and just cut the rest of the feathering inside. And that opens up to look like this loaf of bread. Here's a very simple cut process for your fast-paced bakery. It's just 3 quick cuts kind of down the loaf like this. And those will open up in this pattern. Moving into the round breads, this is another simple cut. All you're doing is just cutting 4 places across the top of the loaf, just in a tic-tac-toe board, and that opens up to look like this loaf of bread. And the last one that I'm going to show you, again on a round bread, is one of my personal favorites. It's kind of a star cut. You cut across the loaf, bisecting it into 4 pieces, and then come back, starting at the bottom, and fill in back towards the top. And when that bakes out, you end up with this.